you know, we able to put veterans on, salespeople and stuff like that. So I feel like this brand is bigger. This called, you know, pain medicine. We want to take this for the pain for the veterans. We hiring veterans and giving them opportunities. So.
And that's dope because my dad is a Vietnam vet.
Yes.
So I can go ahead and break bread and give him a little bit of that because he's going to try to take a little bit anyway. I can put something to the side for him. Give me a few bags for him.
Yeah, I got
2 bags will last him a whole year.
I got you.
You know them niggas from Vietnam, they roll pinheads, man. They gonna make it work.
And people don't realize, like, you know, when we talking about African-American ownership and creating companies and brands, you know, Sonya's involved in this. My baby mama and my dad is involved in this.
Yes, sir.
You know, Big P. He wanted to come see you, but
that's my guy.
Yeah. Oh man, he was waiting for you.
I just put some footage up when I seen him in New Orleans at the All-Star game. I just popped that footage up the other day. Shout out to Big P.
Yeah.
The biggest P of them all.
Yeah. So yeah, y'all, we gonna turn up. If we could listen to some music, we gonna do something different for y'all.
And give y'all some real conversation.
Yeah, real conversation.
A lot of guys need game, Pete.
Yeah.
And it's like the game that you gave me, they see me doing my thing and doing businesses and branding out and doing different things, but they don't know that I got that from you.
Yeah.
And where did you get that from? And how did you decide to say, you know what, I'm going to be the first businessman in rap. I ain't going to just be a rapper. I'm going to be a / businessman and have brands.
Well, I think it was important for me, Snoop, to where I feel like I came from nothing. I got the game from my grandparents, Big Mama and Big Daddy, and they always wanted us to have something in life. And it's like, you know, we in a project, we starving, we hurting, and it's like, in order for us to survive this, somebody got to go out and create something.
Right.
And so me, my whole life been like, man, I got to go create something. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to tell you, I'm appreciative because, you know, even you look at the documentary, I never was trying to be the best rapper in the world. You was one of the best rappers that ever came to our team. You and Mystical and Mia X. And but my thing was, I know I could hustle. I know I'm a businessman, and I said if I could help y'all with y'all careers, then I could just keep flourishing. And I think a lot of people, Snoop, that when they watch this documentary, it's some people that's not in there, and some people in your life, you know, you don't talk about because they wasn't a part of the journey.
Right.
They was a part of the season.
Right.
You know, in the Bible they say people have seasons. And so when I first was in Richmond and then went to Oakland, you know, when people see me, they thought I was a country boy. Like, okay, they see me, know P got bread. Let's try to get him in the studio. Let's get his brick. So I want everybody to know, everybody that ever did business with me got paid for everything they did. Most of them got overpaid.
Right.
And it's like, how could you still be upset 25 years later because you're not on this journey? Most of them never was on any hit records with us.
Right.
So the people that's in this document, I want y'all to know, these are the people that paved the way. You know, we sold millions of records. When Snoop came from Death Row, came to us, he had a whole different mindset. And that's what I was trying to do with you, to show you that you don't need to think that way you used to think. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And you taught us how to think outside of the box because we was only used to thinking we can only be hood or we can only be around the corner. You showed us how we can get outside of the box by even putting us on everybody's project. When we rapped on other people's projects, that helped them, that helped us, and that helped the fans grow with the whole No Limit community.
But let me tell you something what's crazy, Snoop. So when you signed with us, the whole world was looking at Suge and me to go head and head, and really wasn't about that. It was just a business deal. When you came to me, I told you a lot of stuff, dog. We not into that. We ain't into no beefing. We ain't into no talking about people. None of that shit. You remember when we said down?
Let it go. You told me to be a man and move forward and think about my family and my life, and you moved me down south. So I didn't have to deal with all of this negative shit that I was constantly pulling me back and forth.
Yeah, but look how God changed your life and gave you so many blessings when you decide to do the right thing.
Right.
And that's what I want this generation that's watching this saying, you know, because we was all wild and crazy.
Right.
And so my thing is, and we never, think about it, during that journey, even when Suge them was going down or whatever, it was our time. I ain't never said nothing negative.
You extended your hand to them niggas.
Yeah.
I seen you show them love at a concert that they came to, and you let them niggas in. So you was on some different shit. You was as far as like being about black businesses. You was about learning and teaching. So at the same time, I felt like you was the bigger man. That's why we won at the end of the day, because we put God first, and we didn't use that ignorant shit and try to match ignorant with ignorant.
But that's why God keep blessing us. That's why 20-something years later we free and alive. That's what people have to realize. And you know, I did let them in that night and said, man, if y'all won't come party, come on party. Just don't be about no, you know what I'm saying? And then But that's why I tell people you got to put your trust and faith in God. God let murderers, he let prostitutes into heaven. That's when I understood that. I said, man, let me start getting my life together.
Right. Stop trying to judge people.
Exactly. And do right. Better. And none of us perfect.
Nah, we all make mistakes.
Yeah, we all in bed. We work in progress.
Right.
And so I think this is what I want people to get out of this too, because they look at it, think it's gonna be a no limit death row thing. No, it ain't about that, man. How come y'all ain't put Suge up against Jimmy Iovine?
Right, right.
Let's be Warner
Brothers.
Or Warner Brothers.
Yeah, or Sony Records.
You see what I'm saying?
Right, but you want to pit him up against the black man that's doing the same thing, trying to help out young black men get out of the hood and teach us ownership. Yeah. But see, that's the system. But we broke the system. Yeah. Because now me and Suge got a great relationship. Yeah. I got a great relationship with Pete, with Dr. Dre, with everybody, because I learned from Pete to forgive and forget and try to move forward and try to help us elevate as a people. So I'm about us as one, not just me.
Let me tell you something what's crazy, right? In California alone, it's no celebrities have did much as me and you for the community. Think about it. I don't care who it is. We always in the community. We always helping the kids. That's why the community always rooting for us.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I've been in here 25 years giving back, and I'm not even from here.
And sometimes you don't even have a camera on the things that you give back to. See, that's the part that we are great at. Yeah. Some stuff we don't even want y'all to know about. Yeah. Because we're doing it from our heart, so it don't need to be filmed or broadcast or some big production to bring it across to you.
So me and Janelle have started a project called Urban Born, and people don't realize this. Some of the first kids that was in our program, and it's a true story, you could check the facts on this. One of our first kids in our program was Nipsey Hussle. Mm-hmm. So Nipsey Hussle came and was like, look, man, if you do the right thing, we're going to help you. Right. And that's how I built the relationship with him. People don't realize, they think it's through music.
Right.
Like I had a program to help kids off the street, gang bang and all this type of stuff. It's called Urban Born. Y'all can check that out. Go pull it up. He was one of the first kids in our program.
Wow.
And to see how now, after he died, he ended up being so famous. But when he was here, nobody gave him his flowers. Nobody cared about the same music, Snoop. Wow. That end up going, and that's why us being here today, we're going to share that love. I'm going to tell y'all something. This man is incredible. We're going to give him his flowers while here, because think about it. You didn't have to change. I got a bunch of people in my family that didn't change. They still ignorant. They still on the same thing. I like your whole movement because you decided to say, look, man, we ain't scared of nobody, because you know where we come from. A gay man to kill you, a little man to kill a big man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but it's so easy for us to be negative towards each other. All these rappers dying young. What about us doing right and teaching them the game? They don't want to show that. They don't want to showcase that. They don't want to showcase me and Suge did a business deal.
Right. That's what it was.
See what I'm saying? A business deal. Yeah. So I tell people all the time, one man trash is another man treasure.
Hello.
That's how I looked at it. Mm-hmm. Like he couldn't see it that, man, you got a brand new car, but you thinking that car using is, I'm like, okay, give me that. I'm going to put some paint on there and some wheels on it. But I believed in you. You know that from day one. I showed you I believed in you. I'm not faking. I'm like, dude, I looked up to you as an artist. I was just a dude hustling. So you really put the work in to do this stuff. Right. But me, I was a dude off the street getting bread, that I'm like, man, if I get good people around, that's all I want. Did I ever tell anybody who want to leave, man, you owe me money, you going to put me in on your deals, I'm going to break somebody's leg and all that shit and shoot somebody?
When I left, I started my label. Yeah. I put out the East Siders, Doggy Style. I put out all kind of shit that went platinum, and you didn't ask me for a fucking dollar. Yeah. And you could have got percentages.
To this day, have I ever asked you for anything?
Never. Never.
And see, that's what I'm telling y'all, like, No Limit is a university. I want to see everybody that come through that blossom. But everybody not going to make it if they not committed. If they don't put the work in. Or they don't believe in themselves. You got to believe in yourself. It's like a basketball. When I first started doing music, I was a street dude, but I wasn't that good. So I was in the Bay. People was laughing at me, saying all this stuff. And that's what I'm showing in the documentary. It wasn't easy. I just didn't blow up. So it's almost like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan got cut out of high school. Right. He wasn't the best player on the team, but he put the work in and got better and got better.
You outworked everybody.
That's what I did.
You outworked everybody because you had Jay Prince. You had all these brothers that was doing it, and you came and got information from them. And once you got that information,
I ran with it.
You ran a different race.
And I celebrate them to this day.
And you gave them their love. Man. As far as what they taught you. Like,
Jay
even put
Prince,
Tony Draper on there. Like, these is niggas that I know.
Uncle Luke.
I know what they meant to the game before Snoop Dogg was in the game. Like, that's why I always praise my G's. Yeah. I can't really give a lot of love and respect on that GOAT level to my peers as much as I can to niggas that came before me.
Yeah.
And the brothers that laid down the foundation, all those black labels from Uncle Luke to Tony Draper to Rap-A-Lot Records, they was the foundation of what you did. And once you got it, you ran a different race.
And guess what? We never hated on each other.
Never.
We never got mad that one got this, because in business it go up and down. So what I learned in business is that you got to know when to cash out. And when we went this high, Snoop, when it was time to cash out, I cashed out and kept it moving.
Right.
And so I think a lot of people don't understand that. I mean, but you don't look at even Project Records. Till this day, Project Records cashed out because they learned that from the white folks how to cash out. We don't teach that to our people.
Leave while you
and go start something else.
Yes.
Diversity. That's what people don't realize. It's like, you know, everybody tells us, oh, man, do one thing. If I did one thing, I'll be done right now.
Being able to have a multifaceted way of doing business, it shows you how to diversify your
because
portfolio.
especially if it's stuff that you know go with what you're doing.
Man, I remember when you had a gas station and stores in the mall. And, like, that shit was inspiring to me. Like, when I seen that, that made me want to have what you had,